Spare change, old friend, old pal? Can you help a poor mutant down on his luck?
Close your mouth, dude. Oh, never mind. You don't have any lips. Here's 25 caps.
Kind of you, friend. Very kind. You know, if I could clear the gunk out of there, you just might find a tear in old Harold's eye.
Why is that? Because generosity is rare to come by in the wasteland. But I'm here about the Deathclaw, sir. What can you tell me?
Ooh, that thing. Friend, that is Nightmare City. Why the hell are you asking about that?
I'm gonna kill it.
Okay. Well, that's like a damn big man is what it is. Got spikes and claws that can cut through the heaviest armor. But don't let the size fool you. It's quick.
And he is not lying about that. They have a whole lot of action points. Any weaknesses?
Well, from what I've heard, maybe whack it in the head. I'd try the eyes. Of course, there's a problem there.
What kind of problem is that?
You can't look at him. It is said the Deathclaw can hypnotize just by looking. Then it walks up and boom, you're it.
I'm et? I don't want to get et.
Good luck to you. You're gonna need it.
Could be. Now, his advice is pretty accurate, is that if you can shoot it in the eyes, it will ignore its natural defenses, which are pretty high. And they also have a high chance of scoring critical hits as well if you hit them in the eyes, which will do extra damage. The problem is, though, is that unless you have a really high skill rank in whatever weapon you happen to be using, you will have to get close to it to get a high percent chance to hit for that small of a target. So that poses its own problems, having to get next to, you know, a 9-foot-tall killer lizard. But they do not have a hypnotic gaze, as one of the... What's kind of interesting about the myth of the Deathclaw in the first game, at least, is that you get different accounts of what this monster is capable of doing. Sort of like, you know, different, like, say, vampires. Different civilizations and different stories have different mythos, what they can and can't do. You know, like having to count rice or grains of sand, or not being able to cross walking water, or, you know, sparkling like a Christmas decoration. That too. But we're actually going to talk to Harold a little bit more. He has more important things to tell us than just about how to defeat a Deathclaw.
Oh, hey, it's you again.
Hi, how's it going?
Anything I can do for you?
Yeah, as I gave him 25 first time, but I'm not going to give him any more. I'm here to save the wasteland, not run a charity. And 25 caps can at least get him something to eat for today. So what's your story, bud?
Well, after the Great War, my vault was one of the first to open. Phew, long time.
Well, tell me about those days.
Started with the sirens. I was young, but oh, I do remember that. A lot of terrible years followed, and I remember walking out of the vault late one morning.
Yeah, Harold is one of the first characters that you are introduced to that is from before the Great War. Before, you know, Bethesda got their hands on the franchise, and there's like 1 million people that came before the war that are still around, including a goddamn samurai on an alien ship. But we're not going to get into that just now. Or the first cool... never mind. Let's move on. Do you realize how old that makes you?
A century or two in dog years.
What?
Never mind. That was from my time. I'm cranky, old, and I've been that way ever since I changed.
What did you do before this happened?
I was a trader. Did pretty good making a circuit between survivors. Lost a lot of good people, though.
How's that?
Gangers got 'em. Scavengers attacking the caravans, and mutant son of a dog if they weren't springing up like rabbits with a mission. Had to have an army of guards with just to do a deal.
Harold, you need a glass of water or something, bro? Where are these mutants coming from?
Everywhere. Hell, seemed like you couldn't fart without hitting one. But mostly in the northwest.
Well, did you explore
We
that area?
mounted an expedition. God, Richard Gray led a small group of us up there.
And I was just about to make a sarcastic comment. Oh, you took God with you. What's actually kind of interesting is that's a little bit of foreshadowing. So, who is this Richard Gray character?
Richard Gray was a doctor. A little older than me, and Fran was smart. He found the source.
What source was that?
Some sort of old military base. We lost a lot of folks getting in there.
Well, how did you know this base was the
Because it
cause?
was like someone went bargain shopping at Mutant Land. Phew, cheaper by the dozens. Can't figure any other reason except that being the factory.
Well, did you examine the base any
We
more
got
closely?
pretty far inside. Wasn't a lot of us left by then. Gray, me, and a couple of others.
And
One of
then?
them robots got Francine.
Not
Mark
Francine.
Sent him back to the surface. Then it was just me and Gray.
What happened to Mark?
This day, I don't know. He never made it back here, and well, I couldn't face the wasteland again, so I never looked.
What about you and Greg?
We made it
Greg.
to some sort
Greg.
of central core, like a plant of some sort. That's when it happened. A
What is it?
robot
What's
crane
that?
crashed into us. Last I saw Gray, he was flying through the air and into some sort of acid bath. I was in bad shape and, well, I passed out.
Was there a man in a bat suit? Did he throw them into the acid vat? Well, how did you survive?
Didn't. Got killed. God, I love that joke.
Yeah, me too. Ugh. Close your mouth, we're all gonna catch it.
Well, I have no idea. Woke up in the wasteland, barely hanging on. Got lucky, and some traders I knew found me days later. Good thing, since I was already changing. They brought me here, and here I've been since.
Well, how did you mutate?
All I know is it was something inside that base.
Do you think it could have been radiation?
How the hell should I know? Gray would have known if anybody could. Anyway, that's how the deal went down.
Well, thanks for the story.
Thanks for letting me tell it.
No problem. Yeah, Harold's a boss. Love him to pieces. Let's see if he has any tell-me-abouts.
Hey, it's you. Anything
Hi.
I can do for you?
Oh, dang it. Let's try again. This time harder.
Anything I can do for you?
Let's talk... who's this Richard Gray fellow?
Brilliant guy. A doctor and philosopher. Long ago, he led the expedition where I got changed into a mutant.
Speaking of mutants, can you tell me anything more about them? You've never heard of a mutant. You, with your one good eye, are gonna stare me in the face and say you don't know what a mutant is. Alright. I know, it's just 1997's programming. What else can we ask him? Oh, good. My apartment complex has decided that today is going to be mowing. So we're just going to power through, because I'm not doing this a fourth goddamn time. I apologize for the background noise. What can you tell me about this base? What else did he mention? He already told us about Deathclaw. Does he have anything else to say about the Deathclaw? Like I mentioned way back in like episode 2 or 3, is that talking heads tend to have less tell-me-abouts than other characters do. Just simply because they would have to record a whole bunch of lines. They do usually have about 10-ish or so things they will tell you about. Like, he might have something to say about a water chip. Water chip. Chip. Nope. Balls. How about a vault? The vault you're from.
Yeah, I came from a vault. Too many people, not enough food and water. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Well, more than you'd think, buddy. Just trying to think if there's anything else we can talk to him about. Because after this, we really don't need to talk to Harold about anything. Alright, that'll be all. Thanks, bud. Have a good one. Yeah, that was Harold, and he gave us some information about what will become our quest a little later on, about the source of all these damn mutants running around. Not including himself, obviously. But like I said, in this northern part of the building is a staircase leading down, and it's so easy to miss. Like I missed Razlo in Shady Sands, Seth's brother, how he was just behind a wall. This will lead us to an underground area, and I'm going to go ahead and make a quick save, just in case something dumb happens here. Yeah, let's go here. As you can see, this is where I kind of ended up in one of my last previous attempts to record here. Yeah, this is the hallway leading to a group of NPCs, and this is our another talking head by the name of Loxley, and like our display at the bottom left corner lets us know, is that he's the leader of the Thieves Guild. And in order to get to him, we have to go through these locked doors, and they are riddled with traps. However, however, the traps aren't dangerous in the slightest. That reminds me. Oh, I'm thinking about it. Oh, I forget this. Dragonix, best weapon next game, next fight. Is traps really aren't that dangerous whatsoever in this game, so it's kind of a waste to put a lot of points into them. Is even later on when you're going through the glow and depending on how you play through the last level of the game, the traps really don't do a lot of damage, and especially if you're wearing heavy armor, it's such a waste of skill points you could potentially throw in your first time playing through the game. And I would just like to say, designers from 1997, maybe you should have flipped which direction these doors were on, so I don't have to try to get around my sphere of, 2 points of damage. I'm not even wearing that great of armor, so I don't have to keep trying to find the sweet spot to open up these doors. I think this might do it. There we go. Oh, 16. Alright, so they have a chance to do a decent amount of damage, but I don't know. That's 2 stim packs, and that's just because the damage rolled high. It's not really worth it. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Ah, Miss Cleo. Could you read my fortune for me? Oh, I mentioned this the first time one of the times I played through this in my previous attempts to record, as I was afraid that the Thieves Guild was going to be upset after I killed Decker, as he mentioned something about ruling the underground, but Miss Cleo here put my fears to rest. As we do not discuss Mr. Decker in polite company, as they are not fans of him either. What's blocking me? Oh, I was clicking on a chair. Alright, this is the last of the talking heads we have in the hub. And he is voiced by Jeff Bennett, who has been in a ton of things as well. He was in Gargoyles, Batman the Animated Series, he played the Creeper. I'm trying to think of more roles that he's been in. The one I know him best for is the narrator and Peter Puppy from Earthworm Jim. his voice should be pretty familiar if you've watched cartoons in the 90s. Not as ubiquitous as Jim Cummings or Trace McNeil, but still pretty prominent.
Bloody fine job making it through the defenses, mate. I'm rather impressed. Toss me your name.
Oh, he was also in Freakazoid. Yeah, that's right. He was the British superhero, Lord Bravery. Oh, I'm Fruit Spread.
Quite pleased to make your acquaintance, actually. For now. Let's get the other bit of politeness taken care of, shall we? What the bloody hell are you doing here?
I just need to ask you a few things.
You must be joking. You think I'd fall for a line like that? Get out, you commoner!
He seems pretty pissed, but he
Bloody
will
fine
happily
job
repeat his
making it through the
dialogue.
defenses, mate. I'm rather impressed. Toss me your name.
You've got an interesting accent, my friend.
It's a little gift from me, darn mum. Actually, a few generations before that. Do you like it?
It suits you.
Thank you. Have to work a bit to keep it with so little refinement about, don't you know? But enough of that. Loxley's the name, and yours is...
See if I can ask him what this place is.
This is the famous
Here we go.
Thieves' Circle. I thought you would have known this, seeing as how you made it through all the defenses and whatnot. But no matter. You're quite promising, and the Circle could use someone like you.
Okay, so what do I have to do? I mentioned this the first time I played through this, is that I am not going to be doing all the side quests, especially anything that's going to keep me in the hub anymore, longer than I have to be here. But if you guys want to see this plot line with the Thieves Guild, I can do that. It's not terribly long, and it's not terribly critical. I believe you get some loot, and I think you might get into a scrap at the end if you follow the Thieves Guild route. You'll get into a scrap if you try to turn the Thieves Guild in. But let's just see what he has to say about job. I think you have to steal something from the Heights.
Quite simple, really. You prove yourself as a thief. Succeed, and the world is yours. If not, then you'll never see us again. Except if you come looking. And if you don't understand, that last bit is a threat.
It's pretty veiled, but I can see what you're going for. Alright, well, what's this test?
It's so simple. In the Heights, you'll find Darren Hightower's home all plump and ripe for the picking.
I thought you said you were the
Are ready
Thieves
for
Guild, not an
life?
escort
Do
service.
you
I'm not doing
accept
that.
the challenge? That's the spirit, mate. Just talk to Jasmine in the room outside this chamber. She'll give you details, a map, and a few little goodies to help you on your way. But remember, if you even think about ratting us out to the cops, we'll be a memory before they arrive. But enough gloom. Cheerio, good luck, and ta-ta.
Now, it sounds to me like every time I hear this line, will be a memory before there. He kind of drops his accent there for a little bit. But that might just be my imagination. Alright, thanks, Loxley. See you later. Ian, I'll make this underground tunnel your goddamn tomb if you don't get out of my way. It was double for you, Tycho. Yes, that means I'll kill you twice. I'll find a way. Oh, and in the bottom left corner there, we did gain 900 experience points just for meeting Loxley to begin with. Use the stair, idiot. Now then, let me think for. Oh, you two? You're not even a companion. You don't even have an excuse. By the way, Skag. And up here is the drug dealer. We don't really need any drugs from him right now. I'll just open the door and let you see him here real quick. I think he's gonna instantly ask me what the hell I'm doing in here as soon as I take a step in. Yep. Who are you? Name's Vance, and that's all you need to know. Can I get you anything? Good to meet you, Vance. What do you have to sell? Well, he shoved me back 2 feet outside the door. What goes on in this building? Do I have to talk to... Oh, yes, that is the one thing I'm remembering now. Earlier on, we met a shady-looking character by the name of Lenny, or Lemmy, maybe? he actually has to introduce us to this guy before he lets us trade with him. And we are going to want to trade with him, as he has very important drugs that we are going to need later on. Oh, I don't know if I pointed this out, but yeah, this is the library. That's the librarian, Miss Stapleton. We'll be meeting her a little later. Actually, kind of much later in the game. Yeah, this shifty-looking guy over here. Well, I'm looking for a certain commodity, if you know what I mean. Stuff for needs, huh? Well, I know a guy over in Old Town that could probably fix you up with stuff like that. But you know what? He needs to know who you are before he show up on his doorstep. Let me guess, this invite is going to cost me. Exactly. So I'm thinking for only, you of course, 1,000 caps so you can talk to the guy without him blowing your head off first. Let's see if we can intimidate him. Because you like me so much, Lemmy, how about you do it for free? I didn't think so. I wonder if it said flex your muscles and I'm a skinny nerd with a strength of 3, if that's what that checked on. Because my speech and charisma should be enough. I really hope that did not screw me over here. Because of this. Oh, I've never noticed a cop back here. Hey, buddy, what are you doing? I hope they did not screw me over. Let's take a quick peek, because if I have to reload this again, I'm going to have, I'm going to take a fiver, I'm going to scream into a pillow, and I'll be back.